Thank you so much. Okay, a quick introduction. I am Prasanna Vadan Miapuram. I represent Swift, and we are basically an IT services company. But what we do is we also work, our objective is to work with the schools and enable the acceleration of the innovation processes. Let me repeat it. It is the acceleration, right? So let me share a screen so that we all understand what we are attempting to do. Jake, let me know if you're able to see
your screen. We see your screen.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So typically, I have been through these sessions. I have heard some wonderful ideas, and I was seeing the presentation with the GoFresh team and other team members. So when I'm looking at, we interact with so many corporates, so many schools. What we think, the most important thing is many ideas are brilliant ideas, but they take time to get, into realization. So we were thinking of how do we democratize and accelerate the innovation by 50x. I'm just making a number of 50x. So we are a team that is focused on democratizing the process of innovation across the businesses, schools, and globally. So that is what we call as InnoYantra. So the whole mission is democratize the innovation. Now, when we look at this, first I want to thank you, Jake, and then the field trip team for giving us this opportunity, where we are going to talk about a tool-based approach to innovation. So many times there is always a discussion about what is innovation, what is invention, right? So just so that we clarify, invention is a new device or whatever it is, right? What do you call a 5G may be called an invention. Innovation is a new idea or a method, or new ideas or methods. So innovation is very relevant to each of us, irrespective of where we are, for any organization, whether we are in the school, we are in the college. That is the reason we are talking about how. So the world thinking is, Jake, you must be knowing, right? What do you call everybody in the attending? In the world thinking was innovation is crucial to continuing success. But current reality is innovation is a must-have for existence of any organization. So, few thoughts, like when I was looking at the meeting, the earlier presenters, I was just taking some names, GoFresh, Kanak, and then a young kid, Apin, was talking about not using the plastic pipes. So several ideas that were coming through. So what these ideas, if they need to be connected, for example, if there's a tool-based approach without much ado, right now, I'll just go ahead and then show you quickly what we are talking about. So, InnoYantra, say there is a tool which the organization can use, or it can be used by connected organizations. Now, GoFresh is a team. Innovation Global is a team. Let us say there's another corporate which is interested in the CSR activity. So what about go ahead and then create the Zero Hunger Challenge? Let's say, what do you call? I go and create, a challenge. I just select a category. What do you call? For the lack of this thing, I'll just use some category and then say. Zero Hunger, Mission Zero Hunger in what do you call? Uganda. And then give some description, what are we trying to achieve here? Uganda, give some data. Uganda has, hunger issues, and give some statistics, and then what do you call, I'm just making it up for now, just entering some data, and then put the supporting documents, what do you call? So this way, what happens is, let me just pull this out, just show it to you. Hunger issues Uganda, I can add some documents, and then who is the audience? So what happens is when to publish within my organization or my organization sister concerns, this is all configurable. Or I want to even publish within the organization, and then I want to publish it in the social media as well. So from one source, somebody can share their challenges, ideas, or risks. So this way, the team can, let's say, this thing, Now I'm publishing it. Whom all I need to publish? I'm just saying Swift and Academy. So this way, what do you call publish? So the idea is not sitting in an email. The idea is not sitting in a just in the heads of few people over a telephone discussion. The idea is reaching the all the intended audience. And then what do you call the audience do? They can look at the what do you call challenges, and they can respond. What do you call, they can give their comments. For example, here is a challenge that we talked about: a lack of infrastructure for online pedagogy. We all know what is happening, right? So in countries like where you are sitting, like in USA and others, it may be a little more advanced. Whereas in a country like India, we have 74% people, 320 million learners not having digital access. So there could be several ideas that are coming through, right? So this is where, what do you call, a challenge can be posted, people can respond, or somebody has a brilliant idea. There is no challenge, but there is a brilliant idea somebody has. So they can go ahead and then post it. People can vote for it, and then people can, others can respond. So this way, the participation across various teams becomes a lot easier. So this is what we are thinking about. What do you call, having the ability to a tool-based approach where somebody can post it, people can review it, people can approve it, people can, it can be an organization, or it can be organization with its, collaborative CSR partnering organizations. It can be schools, industry and school can work together. So this is the tool-based approach which we think will be very helpful. We have tried this in businesses across multiple businesses. It has worked very well as part of the CSR activity that SwiftAnt has got. We wanted to present this approach saying that if this is good, this can be used for various good initiatives that have been spoken about, where everything gets connected in a tool-based approach. Now, let me just go back to the advantages of doing it, right, in this manner. So in a typical approach, we all know innovation is a must-have. So, but doing it well, we need a single point of truth. That is where a single point of truth is what is being enabled by the technology. Very simple technology. Anybody can use it, especially the school kids who are very smart. They can easily use it. It leads to transparency, and then unified and real-time access to information. Somebody doesn't have to go and search. Somebody doesn't have to wait for when we're talking about a globe, one doesn't have to wait for US person, doesn't have to wait for the Indonesian person to get up and then, share the details. So this can be achieved through a tool-based approach. And because of this, in a normal process, some get done, many remain incomplete. Many good ideas remain, incomplete or being partially done. A tool-based approach will help prioritize, focus, follow through, and timely completion. And what is a traditional approach, whether it is a school, educational institute, or you're talking about a corporate, there are few designated people. So the scope for innovation from a traditional approach, from few designated people, you are going to everyone who knows where is the the next best innovative idea, who has it. Somebody may be very silent, an introvert person, but he or she might be having a brilliant idea. So this is where everybody can participate. Instead of being fragmented, they all stay together in a single point of truth. Time to respond is much minimal, which is the most important thing, I think. And chaos and control, you have much more, less chaos and more control. And the quality of decision making, if there are 10 ideas, we might want to identify the 3 most impactful ideas for this month and remaining later. So how do we make the decision? So when we have a tool-based approach, there is no bias. People can look at it and then ask questions and keep it extremely simple. And then there is a mechanism, not that I want to, because given the time, time constraints, there are people who get rewards. Suppose I'm able to give an idea based on the comments and other things, the responses that are being received. I do get reward points. So I am motivated in the organization to be proactive. And then, and what do you call, whenever somebody is posting an idea, let's say challenge, let's say new challenge, or let's say idea, when we talk about a new idea. Here, you can categorize. Let's say it's going for a school, and this is all customizable. This is going for a school. You can say, is it for teachers, science, subject, or students, parents? And we have just created some, what do you call, a quick demo kind of data, here. So one can actually categorize, and that category might be the most important category, right? So you can even categorize and then view the data. So this is where a tool-based approach, we think, can facilitate the innovation process. One can put some certain timelines, and then share it across, what do you call, whoever, whoever is needed to see this. Okay, I see some questions are coming along. Let me just quickly look at them. No. Yeah. So I just wanted to give you a quick, I know I have 25 minutes, out of which I consumed about 13 minutes. At this time, I'm open to questions before I go to any other details.
Well, I have a whole bunch of questions. This is incredible. This is very impressive. So I have a question. Will this run on any platform? Do you need a computer? Does it work on the cloud?
Yes, this is like a software as a service. This will work on the cloud, and all you need is, you just need to tell me, who is subscribing, and then we'll create it's like a software as a service. We'll create a private entity for you. We can put even domain can be customized, and what do you call, something.innoyantra.com. That is what you get. So okay. It's on cloud. You don't need any special tool. You can access it on the mobile as well.
Okay. And what does it cost?
Jake, there are two ways of we looking at it. For corporates, we have a separate pricing. For schools, we go anywhere from pro bono, depending on the type of school. Let's say we do a lot of work in Africa. We do a lot of work in US, Africa, Hong Kong, Japan, and UAE. So depending on, we have a CSR program as well. So there are people where we just offer at a very, very low cost just to cover our infrastructure costs. There are businesses where we go for the commercial rate. So depending, our pricing is very flexible.
Okay, great.
It's part of our CSR, what do you call, part of our give back to the society. So we are quite flexible there.
Okay. Do you have a slide that we can put up that has your contact information? Because I want to make sure people can find you.
Absolutely. Let me pull that slide just a moment. What do you call?
But they could also Google Swift Ant, right? It's swiftant.org.
Let me put a slide right away. Hold on a second.
But if you just shift over a little bit, behind you is a sign with the name of your organization, Swift Ant.
Yeah. But let me just, I can share the slide now. 1 second, where I have the. So this is our.
Swiftant.com. Swiftant.com.
Correct, swiftant.com. And then I'll even put my email ID here, just in case anybody wants to reach out, immediately they can reach out to me. Yeah.
Okay, I see you have representatives around the world, and that's good.
Yes, majority of our time we work with the corporates, but working with the schools and working with the young minds is our to work, and we would like to give back something to the society. That is where I'm coming from.
How long have you been doing this? How long has this program been on?
I would say about a couple of years by now, and then yeah, and then a couple of years mostly on the business side, various insurance industries and the various fuel industries in US, logistics industries using this. So whereas schools, we are just entering into that area now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, my co-host Celeste is on. Celeste, I don't want to just keep talking. So if you have a question, please just jump right in. I have a tendency to ramble on. Prasanna, you had said there was some other stuff you wanted to present, so I don't want to cut you short. Do you want to talk about the other things?
Yeah, so I just wanted to, I think we are left with almost just 6 minutes. I'm not sure if I have enough time to go through the rest of the features.
You have 10 minutes.
I have 10 minutes? Okay. So now generally what happens is, just wanted to show you some additional capabilities that we have brought in. Let's say, what do you call here? You have a challenge that I can create. You have anything that you can think of? Or
well, yeah.
Okay, let me create a challenge. Oh, so this is a challenge. Sorry, what do you call? I'm creating in the idea. Yeah. So
it's okay. We don't have to have.
I just want to show you one capability. What do you call one capability I want to show you.
Mm-hmm.
So typically when we talk about any challenge, right, what do you call, or idea, we have to understand the sentiment behind that. So how severe that is. So this is where we are talking about a sentiment analysis. So what we do is we take the text that is coming through and then look at so the team can focus on what is the, most, what do you call, difficult, why is it, is it really important? So now this is talking about the system is intelligent enough to locate it and then say this is 83% negative. So where I have most negative statements, that is where I need to focus. The system is not just a collaboration. We are using some machine learning, some artificial intelligence, and some sentiment analysis. So this is what we are doing. That's all I just wanted to show you at this point of time. And then I could have shown you this, going to Facebook, Twitter, and all this kind of stuff. But I think that is something that we can do, or we can share a video with you subsequently, how this whole thing works. There's a lot about how to share the audience, and, probably we need about good 30-40 minutes just to show this capability alone. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes. So I think there is one question that my colleague is telling me that, somebody from Philippines is asking. I think, Manolita, what does innovation mean to organization society? How do you organize and implement innovation in your organization? So I think what is innovation? Let me go back to that. I think that's a question that she is asking. So I would see innovation, it may be a confused word. I would see innovation as a new idea or method. And this is, I'm going by the dictionary meaning, we have this question many times. Am I inventing with this tool? You are not inventing anything with this tool. You are only doing how do I bring up a new idea or a method for the improvement, day-to-day improvement. That is how we see innovation. And that's what this tool is doing. This tool is enabling the easy, democratizing the innovation and enabling the innovation. I think that's one question that I had, and then I just answered that question. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. In a school situation, this could be used for other things besides just innovation. I mean, I could see any kind of school project. I guess any project that would be considered innovation, but
Jake, there is actually there is another beautiful capability. How do these ideas get evaluated? So you can actually bring in an entrepreneurial, let's say there are 10 kids in the school, and then out of 10 kids have participated and then have shared their ideas. Now, among the ideas, how do we do the feasibility study? So we can actually do a review and then say, based on the capital investment, based on the OPEX, based on the feasibility, based on the time, the ideas can be ranked. That means what is happening is right at the school level, the children are able to get the entrepreneurial mindset. So they understand, oh, my idea got rejected. I understand why it got rejected. There's a rationale behind it. So we are looking at all the school kids as the future entrepreneurs. So given that, they see that's another value add that the tool can bring in. Yes, you had a question, Jake. You had a point, you had an observation.
No. It's very impressive, very impressive. Let me ask you another question. It's a little bit off topic. I see you have the text underneath. How are you doing that? How is it capturing your voice?
Okay, this sometimes it can misspell, but what I do is it's a very. Why don't I send you a quick? I think I have your email. I'll send you an email on that. It's a very simple thing. At the bottom, when you make a presentation, there is something called enable the text. So while you are speaking, the text can come automatically. This is the out-of-the-box capability from Microsoft.
Oh, from Microsoft.
Yes.
Okay. I was wondering. Oh, and that's part of your presentation.
It's part of, yeah. So I can send that to you how to enable that. It is very easy. It's just one setting in my,
Oh, I keep making changes. This is wonderful. I didn't know that. I'll have to go check my own machine. It was something that, it was something that we had wanted, and I didn't realize it was possible. Very good. Very good.
Yes. So another question that came from Alavilla is that, can a student take part of the Innayantra as part of individual and not necessarily part of the school system? The answer is yes and no. If an idea is posted onto the public forum, a child can participate by using their social media handles. But typically this is designed for schools, and just not a school, it can be multiple schools coming together. If the school has got multiple branches, all of them can be connected. So it is not just a school, it can be school and its associate offices. Imagine a scenario, a corporate is having a problem, they would like to present that problem to the school kids, if the school kids can solve the problem. So corporate and schools also can be connected. So it is basically designed for an organization, not for an individual.
Very good. But that organization could be anything. It could be a formal organization like a corporation. It could be a school, but it also could be some sort of a, like a Boy Scout troop or an after-school program, right?
Yes, it can be. And then, and within the school, you could create several small groups, you could create several task forces, within an organization. You can go and create, grade 8 task force. They are required to focus on something. So it stays within them. And then like similarly grade 10 or, +2. So the science students. So you could create, within an organization, you could create several small groups, and those groups can be given focused attention.
Very impressive. This is very impressive.
Sure. There are two more questions, I guess. Thank you for, okay. Oh, there's a homeschoolers, right? Okay, that's what they were.
Prasanna, can I say something? I'd like to say good morning first, and to say thank you very much for a wonderful presentation. As with so much it all relies on the internet and access to the internet. And here in Africa, in South Africa particularly, there's such a wide gap between those schools that could be considered privileged. They have anything and everything. And children that are still sitting under a tree with a piece of cardboard as a blackboard, as it were. So it's very impressive and it's wonderful. But how have you closed that gap, if at all, given that you've got the internet, of course, in, for instance, a country like Uganda? I see you had a representative in Uganda.
We have a representative in Kenya.
Okay.
Uganda we are going to have soon. Yes, yes. So you bring up a very interesting question. So what we did is we had the same challenge in India, especially during the COVID time. We used this tool for multiple purposes in India, for including the distribution of the vaccines and identifying the people with who need medical care and all. So the way we did was, if you don't have internet, it is difficult, extremely difficult. That is where we need to have the participation of the volunteers. So we work with Rotary Club. You must have heard Rotary Club. So Rotary Club volunteers go, observe, capture the information, and they feed that in the system. So the internet is a must-have for this. There's no second thought. The places where there is no internet, we need a volunteer, without which it cannot work. That is our experience.
Sure. No, thank you. It was more of an observation and a question, but yes, it was how can we close the gap? It would be wonderful, yes, to have some kind of a roving internet service, like you used to get roving libraries, So your internet connection is today from 10 to 11. Let's go. So under the tree, and we can have whatever we've got, but we've got our internet just to see something.
So that
would be lovely. Somebody please embed that.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you very much.
Prasanna, thank you very, very much. This is a wonderful, very interesting presentation. I know people are going to be contacting you, and I'm certainly going to look into this and to see how we can use it, because it's got a tremendous potential. Thank you.
Sure, absolutely. This is great. We'll be more than glad to. And thank you for giving this opportunity. So
great. We're going to turn this into a video, and I'm going to be sharing this with people. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.